The Consolidated Commission on Utilities and for the record, those for the GPA work session, for the record, those present are myself, Commissioner Chalco, Commissioner Santos, and Commissioner Martinez. And our first order of business this morning is the introduction of our new investment banker and underwriter from Gita. Tina, why don't you start?
Okay. All right. Thank you. And okay, I'm trying to get my internet stable. Anyways, thank you again, directors, Chairman Duenas, and directors for joining us today. I'd like to introduce you to a group of underwriters that have been recently selected to assist GPA in future bond financing projects. The assignment made recently will last through September 30, 2023, with two options to renew for additional 2 years each. So with that, I'd like to start first with introducing Mr. Frank Lauteber. If you could, go ahead and wave and introduce your team with us today.
Great, thank you, Tina, and good afternoon, or good morning, everyone on Guam. We're delighted to have the opportunity to work again on behalf of Guam and certainly GPA. I think some of you may recall a few of our faces, probably a little bit younger from prior days, so I've had the great honor of having worked on a number of transactions with Guam over my career, but not for the last number of years here. But the first transaction I did work on was a 1999 series for Guam Power Authority, and so very, very pleased to be back here working with GPA again. And also Brad Gaware, who's in New York, Senior Vice President with us. Brad's our Senior Credit Advisor. Brad dates himself back with me to that 1999 GPA transaction. We also helped establish the inaugural financing for GWA and did some other work for the government in general over that period. So we've got some history. It's definitely some older history, but we look forward to bringing and joining the experience and getting some new history with you all here going forward. But let me just introduce the rest of the team that's here. So Craig Dusinger can wave. Craig, 1999, but did start with the GWA financing. But Craig's the director in LA and works with me as co-lead on Ashlar financings in Hawaii, and would certainly be in that same capacity here with GPA. We also have three folks in our LA office who will be providing the primary amount of support for the financing. Jeff Sowers, who's the vice president, I think it's just on by audio. Same with Katie Liu, an associate, and Justin Kaneko, who's an analyst as well. We have on the public power side two of our colleagues. First, back in New York, Chris Fink, who heads up our public power group. And Chris has a long history in the utility area and also has some experience working with Guam in the past as well and with GPA. So in his youthful days. And Brad Walker is part of our West Coast group. And Brad's in San Francisco. Brad, though, is a public power specialist and works with both our group in the West and with Chris and the public power team nationwide. So Chris and Brad will be our public power specialists working with the team, with Craig and I leading the financing. So last but not least, Jeff Bauer, who's on the line too. Jeff's a senior managing director in our Los Angeles office. Jeff's another utility expert more broadly, not just public power, but Jeff will be lending his expertise and support as necessary as we go forward. But again, we're excited to have this opportunity. We certainly want to pledge that we'll bring all the resources that we have at Bank of America to bear to help GPA and help Guam going forward. And again, thank you so much for providing us this chance to work with you all. We're excited to be seeing Tina and a number of familiar faces again, and certainly our colleagues at Wells, who I think will make a great team together with us. So back to you, Tina.
All right. Thank you, Frank, and thank you again to your team for joining us today. The second co-manager for the Guam Power Authority is Wells Fargo. Again, history with Guam, and they have just recently completed the hot bond financing along with another banker. And with that, I'd like to introduce, is it Nick or Julie to do the, okay, so it looks like Nick is gonna go ahead and,
Either one, happy to, yeah, great, nice to meet all of you, even on a remote basis, and hopefully we can do it in person. I think we're all very eager to have some in-person engagement after this 18 or more months of lockdown. But yes, my name is Nick Fleur. I have a kind of, like Frank, a long history in Guam, starting back with the Guam Housing Corporation. I think we started working on the deal in 1995. It took 2 years to get done. Didn't get completed till 97, but you know, since that time I've been active together with Julie Berger, who's down there with the lovely Tumon Bay background that you can see. But you know, we've done airport financings, tobacco financings, the aforementioned hot bonds that Tina talked about, and we're super excited to be working on this financing. I think that Tom Wynn is joining us by phone. Unfortunately, he couldn't, had some technical issues on his Zoom, but he's in our Los Angeles office, works very closely with Julie and myself. And from our power side, you can see Rick Mulkey. Rick heads our public power practice and is active, you know, throughout the nation, and obviously interacts with the B of A team very closely as well. We also have two of our junior bankers on, Mike Swift, who maybe is having a bad hair day, so he's not pictured here, but and Ryan as well. So I don't think I left anybody off. Julie, did I?
The only other person, Michael Engelbrecht, who's also a power banker in our LA office, I think is on the phone as well. So.
Oh, okay, sorry. That's probably the other 213 number. But, yeah, great to meet you all. I'm very excited to be working on this financing.
thank you, Nick, and to our commissioners and to GPA. As you can see, we have a very strong powerhouse group here, and we are very confident that we can continue to work to help GPA move forward. And, you know, as they've said, we all look forward to working, and especially to see you. With that, I'd like to turn it back over to you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much. One of the things that I appreciate is, I don't know when the last time you folks have been to Guam. So I appreciate the fact that I heard Frank say that they would try and do a trip out to Guam to meet us. That's important for us. You know, you're new to us. We're not. This board is a new board that started in 2003. So I really like the fact that you're looking forward to taking a trip out here. I think that would be